Bonjour à tous, bienvenue sur cette nouvelle vidéo. Alors on va commencer, voilà, on est le 26 décembre. Donc la première chose que je me dois de faire, c'est de vous souhaiter à tous, même si c'est un jour de retard, un joyeux Noël. Parce que je l'ai pas fait hier, voilà, je suis un connard, voilà. Je vous souhaite un joyeux Noël, que vous soyez de n'importe quelle confession, de n'importe quelle couleur, de n'importe quelle... Voilà, j'espère que tout s'est bien passé pour vous, j'espère que vous avez eu plein de cadeaux, j'espère que vous étiez en famille. Voilà. Je suis désolé de pas trop avoir fait de vidéo la semaine dernière, j'étais un petit peu occupé, mais bon, je vais me rattraper cette semaine. J'espère que vous m'en voulez pas trop, mais je vais me rattraper. Voilà, aujourd'hui, bon, on va jouer à un classique, on va jouer à ça. On va jouer à The Stanley Parable. Les paraboles de Stanley. Ou je sais pas ce que ça veut dire parabole, mais ça parle d'un mec qui s'appelle Stanley. Du coup. On va commencer le jeu. Bon, j'y avais déjà joué une fois, je sais à peu près ce que c'est. Bon, on va découvrir. On avait compris ça. Ça commence, c'est
Stanley
l'histoire de
worked
Stanley.
for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Un mouton
how
quoi.
long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month.
C'est le job bien brainless.
Although others might have considered it soul-lifting, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this
Oh,
job.
s'il est heureux, tant mieux pour lui. Hein.
Stanley was happy.
Ah, s'il est heureux, Stanley, c'est cool.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the
Ah,
monitor for
ça,
him to follow.
ça.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Et bonjour, je m'appelle Stanley, bonjour. Quand un esclave, après des années d'esclavage, on lui rend sa liberté, et bah en fait il sait pas quoi en faire. Alors, y a quoi ici? Bonjour. Y a un téléphone, c'est cool, mais je veux pas faire ce que la femme me dit. La fois elle est malveillante.
Difference, nor did it advance the story
Ça me fait pas avancer l'histoire. Putain, mais on peut rentrer de nulle part. J'aime pas faire ce que les voix me disent. Surtout,
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
ouais, je déteste faire ce qu'ils me disent, donc je vais aller à droite.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Y'a quoi ici? Non, je prends pas.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Eh non mon gars, je suis pas viré, je suis toujours là. Jean-Jacques, on va l'appeler Jean-Jacques. C'est Jean-Jacques qui raconte l'histoire. Ah, c'est stylé. Do not jump from the cargo lift when it's in motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
C'est pas
I
grave.
realize that
Allez.
but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt on the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Et ouais mon gars.
To a set of two open doors,
Toujours
he
pas.
entered the door on his left.
Toujours
This
pas.
was not the correct way to the...
Alors, il ne comprend toujours pas que je veux pas faire ce qu'il dit. Moi, on me dit pas ce que je fais.
Stanley was so bad at... Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Ah non, moi je prends les décisions.
Me, I'm asking for her.
Qui ça, elle? Wow,
This
qui
is,
ça?
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your
Qui
life.
ça? Oh, tu peux te calmer?
She's been waiting.
Qui m'a attendu? Il y a quelqu'un qui m'a attendu. Une porte noire. C'est pas bon signe.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do
Mais c'est pas bon
this,
signe.
to reach out to her.
On décroche, hein, bien sûr. On voit une lumière blanche, donc on est mort.
Oh,
What?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. Oh.
Elle m'appelle, elle me demande d'attendre.
Okay, there we
C'est
go.
what the fuck?
All right, now I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a
C'est vraiment un
point,
bâtard.
Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Eh, Jean-Jacques, c'est un vrai bâtard. Hein. Non, non, mais je veux pas rentrer.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, le bâtard!
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
What?
Stanley.
What? Non. Non, je veux pas. Je veux pas, non. Ça, je me suis déjà suicidé, non. C'est pas... Non, j'ai pas envie. Putain, mais on peut pas se barrer en plus. Ne fais pas ça. Ne fais pas ça, Jean-Jacques. T'as de Bonibar. Bon. En plus, ça aurait été bizarre. Bureau 427, appartement 427. Bon, bah, on appuie sur elle, hein, du coup. Hein.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job
Je t'emmerde.
that demands
Je t'emmerde, je t'emmerde, je t'emmerde.
and every button that he do it.
Bien sûr que je vais le faire. Bien sûr.
You see?
Bien sûr que je vais le faire.
Hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
On va pas se poser la question. Hein.
Suppose I can't.
On se
Well,
pose
it's
pas
what
la
I want
question.
him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried
Maybe this
again,
time.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Veuillez mourir. Mais non. Mais c'est par où la salle de réunion? C'est par la gauche. Ah, c'est cool. Money, more money, things, money, more money, things but with money to buy more things. Graph about things plus money. We have our new product. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Tout le monde est unique. Toi par-dessus tout. Change mon doigt. Nombre de slides sur ce slide. Slide, chart et slide. Ok. Bon allez, on va voir le boss. Tout doux. Synergize core value expenditure. Shift. Monetize free to play. Ah ouais, ça monetize free to play, ça c'est cool ça. On va continuer dessus Jean-Jacques. Non. Hey. Ah bien sûr je peux pas le faire. Un mec dont tous les collègues disparaissent et qui entend une voix.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Et j'avoue.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
What?
It was
What?
so much fun, and Stanley
What?
marveled that he had still not woken up gently. And he invited
Non,
himself to
non,
wake up.
non, non,
He
ferme
felt
pas les
the
yeux.
cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of the world outside this one.
Oui, réveille-toi.
He thought to
Le mec il a fermé les yeux. Ah bah on se réveille.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office. I am real. Please, just
Oh, il voit rouge, il voit rouge, oui, il voit rouge. Calme-toi, calme-toi, calme-toi.
And everything went black.
Ok.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got
Ouais,
dressed,
si tu pouvais mettre la lumière aussi, ce serait cool.
and walked to her place of work.
Ok.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she
On
considered
est
the
mort,
strange
encore.
man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
C'est important, c'est important.
So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Elle a vu le corps, elle a fait bas les couilles après. Bas les couilles. J'ai un truc important à faire pour ma vie, bas les couilles. Patron?
Stepping into his
T'es pas là?
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
C'est quoi ça?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Mais qui a bien pu fomenter ce coup? Orchestrer ce coup.
Was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
2, 8, 4, 5.
2845.
8,
But of
4,
course,
5.
Stanley couldn't pop yet incredibly by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad.
Totalement au
Stanley
hasard,
had
totalement.
to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Eh oui, je suis surprenant.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Il est où? Il est là. Wesh! Le boss il a un mur comme ça quoi, what? What? Genre y a des... on dirait... C'est l'envers du décor? Alors, soit Mind Control Facility, soit s'échapper. J'aime bien contrôler l'esprit des gens. Ouh, des caméras de surveillance.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
Fired.
nature revealed.
104 a été viré.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
Ouais, mais y a personne du coup.
Stanley.
Oh,
But here's
une autre salle.
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
Maintenant, il est offline.
happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power
Mais
over
non.
human life.
C'est quoi? Attends les inputs. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place
Ah bon?
and to everything it stood for.
Est-ce qu'on est vraiment sûr qu'on arrête le contrôle des esprits? Non, moi je suis pas sûr moi.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the control.
Et si mon gars? Et si Jean-Jacques?
You go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Bah oui.
Control?
Tout le monde veut le contrôle.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA...
Carrément, des explosifs nucléaires.
Nuclear detonator not.
Oh, c'est gentil.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing?
Là, j'avoue, non, je sais pas.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? Another choice. Make it
12 secondes.
or don't. It's all
10,
the same to me.
9,
It's all part of the
8,
joke. And
7,
believe me, I will be
6,
laughing at every
5,
second of your inevitable
4,
life from the moment
3,
you fade in
2,
until the moment I
1.
say happily ever after.
Boum. On est mort, encore. Putain, j'ai essayé de chercher là, mais bon. C'est pas facile, c'est pas évident, c'est pas évident. Bon, on va s'arrêter là. Donc du coup, voilà, j'espère que cette vidéo vous aura plu. N'hésitez pas à la liker si elle vous a plu. N'hésitez pas à la partager pour faire marrer vos potes, hein, parce que honnêtement c'était assez marrant. C'est assez marrant de voir du coup Jean-Jacques qui nous guide à travers l'histoire, et nous au départ nous on faisait de la merde. On a toujours fait de la merde, hein. J'aime pas suivre, je pense que personne n'aime vraiment suivre les instructions comme ça là. Ah bon, t'as le choix, tu me dis de passer par là, mais il y a de l'autre côté, bon pourquoi ne pas y aller. Donc voilà, j'espère que cette vidéo vous aura plu. C'est quand même un beau jeu parce que c'est une critique du monde du travail, hein. On va au travail, on mange, on dort, on va au travail, on mange, on dort. Voilà, c'est une critique un petit peu de la vie pour dire voilà, on fait un petit peu tout ce qu'on nous demande de faire sans jamais vraiment réfléchir. Ce que je trouve vraiment, du coup c'est vraiment très intéressant comme critique. Et voilà, il faut qu'on se libère de... Il faut qu'on libère nos pensées en fait. Ce que j'ai pas fait, moi j'ai voulu contrôler les pensées de tout le monde, voilà. En tout cas, j'espère que cette vidéo vous aura plu, et puis bon on se retrouve à une prochaine. C'est bon, calme-toi là, calme-toi. Je vais arrêter. Voilà, tu te calmes, voilà, il s'est calmé. Parce que j'ai laissé le jeu, voilà. En tout cas, je vous dis à une prochaine. Allez, ciao.